welcome back to my channel. My name is Makayla, also known as K, and welcome to another video by me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and today I'm going to be telling you guys some tips and tricks for starting your natural hair journey, and also just giving you some advice, about natural hair. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and share with your friends or anyone that you know that may be thinking about going natural or just hasn't decided or has just recently started going natural. So yeah, I started going natural 4 years ago, and I'm gonna show you guys like my first ever picture, like when I started going natural, and this is it right here. Like, you can see right there that my curls had no type of defiance. They were just like stringy, damaged. One side was curly, one side was like straight looking. It just was not really like a good deal, And I feel like that's how a lot of people start off, is their hair is really damaged from either perming it or putting straightening combs to it or flat irons and stuff like that. But me personally, I never used any type of perms or relaxers or any type of chemical treatments like that. I've always just had my hair flat ironed or with a straightening comb my whole life, pretty much. I probably started getting my hair straightened probably when I was like 11 or 12-ish. Probably 11 or 12. That's probably when I started getting my hair straightened. My mom, when I was younger, she always used to twist my hair before I wanted to get my hair straightened. She would always twist it so that way it wasn't putting any heat on it or anything. She didn't put any heat on it for a long time, but she made sure to never ever put any perms or anything like that in it, because she knew that that would really damage my hair. And I've also decided that when I have my own kids, that I'm definitely not putting any type of conditioners, not conditioners, any type of relaxers or anything like that, because I really don't want to destroy my future daughter's hair, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so my natural journey, I started off from always getting my hair fried, pretty much. I went to get my hair done probably like consistently every 2 weeks. I used to get it bone straight, flat ironed, and I'm gonna show you guys a picture of how I used to always get my hair flat ironed. It was like bone straight, like, and I also had dyed it red. It was like bone straight, y'all. Like, it keeps trying to focus on me instead of the picture. Ooh, I almost dropped my phone. It was like bone straight, and I had that red color then, but the red, I feel like that probably damaged it a little bit because she had to bleach it, and it was red. Like any type of color usually can damage your hair, So unless it's not like bleach or anything like that. I'm not too, like, I don't know a whole bunch about bleaching and coloring and what it really does to your hair. I know that bleaching definitely can damage and dry out your hair, and people have actually had their hair like just fall out of their head from bleaching it so much. So I would definitely say that a lot of people who are thinking about going natural, their hair is like really over treated with chemicals and perms and colors and bleach. That's a lot of times why people kind of decide to go natural, is because they've done so much to their hair and they're just like, their hair is falling out or something like that, and they just want to like start fresh. So that's pretty much where I was. I just always have like seen a lot of people have just beautiful curly hair, so I was like, I want to see what my natural hair color like looks like, So I just started playing around with it, and like the picture that I showed you guys, it was kind of like it was kind of like stringy and not really all together right, but I was still rocking it, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like to begin your journey, you just have to start. Like, that's like my number one, not my number one, but my first tip. I have the list of my tips in my phone, but the number one tip is you just have to start somewhere. Like, I know like it sounds easy, and obviously you have to start your natural hair journey, but in order to get anywhere, you have to start, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just keep talking about it. Oh, I'm gonna go natural. This is my last perm. This is the last time I'm gonna straighten my hair. Like, no, you need to start today. Start right now. When you finish getting done this video, wash your hair. Go to the store, buy all your natural care products, and then start your journey. Because each day you keep putting it off, it's just, your hair is just gonna get more and more damaged. Each day you keep putting chemicals in it, you keep doing all these things to it, it's just gonna get worse and worse. So it's better to just start now, and go from there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so my next tip is to stay consistent, which I struggled with a lot when I first began my journey. I really kept going back and forth between natural and straight, natural and straight, natural and straight. I just kept kind of going back and forth. I wasn't really consistent with it. I just kept kind of like, I would straighten my hair, then I would go back to natural, straighten and go back to natural. And it would be because I liked the way it looked straight, you know? And eventually it got to a point where my hair started to not want to be straight anymore. It wanted to be in its natural state. So I had to keep it in its natural state. I really couldn't keep straightening it because it wouldn't stay straight for probably longer than a day. And that's pretty much what happens to me now, because my hair has been trained for over 4 years now to be natural. So whenever I try to straighten it, yeah, it'll get straight, but it won't stay straight. Like, you guys get what I'm saying? Like, it won't stay to the way that it's supposed to be. So my hair, like, you have to like decide that you're gonna be natural. You can't keep going back and forth like, oh, I'm gonna be natural this day, I'm gonna be natural the next day, because your hair isn't gonna get used to its natural state. It's gonna get confused and keep reverting back to the straightness and not really get that curl pattern that is naturally in there. And as far as like hair textures, I don't really know. I guess you could call this like a 4B, 4A. I guess that's what you could call this. I don't really know. I'm not too good about like knowing the hair types. I know I'm not a 4C, I know that for a fact, but I'm probably like 4B. I think I'm 4B, but I could be kind of like 4A. If you guys are like good at hair textures, I mean good at like hair types, let me know in the comments which one you guys think I am, because I feel like I'm like 4B. Yeah. But yeah, so stay consistent and just like take your time, you know? Just keep going with what you're trying to do, with the journey that you're trying to take, and just fill yourself with positivity and keep reminding yourself that if you start now, in a year or so from now, you'll be farther from where you were today. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like a journey, like with anything. Like if you're starting a new business, starting school or something like that, you have to remember that by staying consistent, you're going to be farther than you were the previous day. But yeah. So my next tip is to not compare your journey to someone else's journey, because a lot of times I feel like comparison, this is a quote, but comparison is the thief of joy, literally, because when you start to compare yourself, compare your hair texture to another person's hair texture, it's just not going to work. I feel like the whole point of the natural hair journey is to actually fall in love with your natural hair, not just want curly hair, like you have to fall in love with your actual hair texture, because everybody's hair texture can be different. Like I love seeing people with natural hair, but that's not like what the goal of it is. The goal is to fall in love with your natural hair, not everybody else's natural hair, your natural hair, because your hair isn't going to be the same as the next person or the next person. Even if you have the same hair type, it can still look different because it's your hair. You're a unique person and God created you a certain specific way that He didn't create anybody else like that. So you have to know that this is your hair and you have to fall in love with your hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your natural hair, it's your natural state. You have to realize that that is your hair and it's not going to look like everybody else's hair. It's like a growth moment for yourself, because not only are you learning about your hair, you're learning about yourself, you're embracing who God made you. Like, God made you to have this type of hair. He didn't make your hair straight. You decided to straighten it or perm it or bleach it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to fall in love with the way that God created your hair to be. You know, so when you're thinking about reverting it back to its natural state, you have to kind of think like, this is how my hair was created to be, and I want it to go back to that natural state. Not that you don't want to think of it like, oh, I want my hair to look like hers, I want my hair to look like his. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to think, I want my hair to look like how my hair naturally is. However your hair naturally is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not your hair looks like this or this person or this person. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So next tip I have is, it's not really a tip, it's just kind of like a fact. You don't have to do a big chop to start. I never did a big chop. I never ever did a big chop. I just did trims. I never did like shave my whole hair off bald, I never did that, and I didn't feel like it was necessary because eventually it probably will take longer, but eventually your hair will revert back to the way that it naturally is. It doesn't have to have a big chop for it to start fresh, you know what I'm saying? Because I personally, I don't know how I would look with like no like really short hair, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really feel like I have the head for it, but some people do. If you want to just do a big chop just to do one, by all means, go ahead. But I feel like a lot of people get discouraged because they don't want to do a big chop, but a big chop is not necessary whatsoever. You know, like, you don't have to do it. You can start where you are. I would say to just trim, get a lot of trims, you know what I'm saying? Because there are parts of your hair that are just dead and just need to be let go. Split ends, stuff like that. But to do a big chop, I mean, all of your hair isn't just not valuable. You know what I'm saying? To just do a whole chop off the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some part of your hair that can still be used and can still be taught to go back to its natural state. So my next tip is deep conditioning is super duper important. When you are starting your natural hair journey, the big thing you want to make sure that you do is condition and oil and conditioning. I actually try to deep condition my hair like at least every 2 weeks because deep conditioning is really important to getting your hair really moisturized. And a lot of hair types that are similar to mine, my hair gets really dry if I don't deep condition it. So it's really important for me to really nurture and moisturize my hair so that way it can look as nice and moisturized as this, and it's not really like hard and stiff and brittle. So I feel like deep conditioning is really important. If you guys want me to make a video more detailed on how I deep condition when I do have those deep conditioning days, I will definitely make that for you guys. I just want to know if you guys would actually like to see it. And another tip is wear a bonnet. Like, wear a bonnet. Either wear a bonnet or get a satin pillowcase, because at nighttime when you go to sleep, you need to wear a bonnet. Like, just period. Like, you need to wear a bonnet. I feel like this is really simple. People probably already wear bonnets anyway, even when they do have straight hair. But when you have natural hair, it's super duper important because your hair is going to be all frizzled. Your hair is in a more vulnerable state when your hair is natural. So it's more prone to being damaged and splitting and all these type of things. So it's really important to protect your hair at all costs by wearing bonnets or getting a satin pillowcase or doing both even. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you go to sleep or even take a nap, like, don't let your hair just sit on cotton pillowcases. Like, that is just not good for your hair, like, at all. And when you're first starting your natural journey, something that is very important is twists and overnight styles. I do this till this day just because I'm lazy and it's just easier. I just like twists better than doing a wash and go. I just prefer twists or braids overnight than trying to do a wash and go. I personally don't really like wash and goes because I just have never invested in a diffuser or anything like that. So I prefer to do like twists or something like that. But twists honestly train your hair to curl up. You know, like, they train your hair to curl back up to the way that it is. And when you do a twist or braid and you put all that moisture products in it, it really like moisturizes your hair really good, and you can wear it for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? I really like that, and it's a lot easier when you're transitioning because the twist will kind of give you a curl that your hair doesn't have yet, and it'll still be really pretty. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I actually have a video on my channel of me doing a twist out, which is this hair right here. It is a twist out. So if you guys want to see that, I'm going to put it in the card section right here. And, or you can just look on my channel and find it. The twist out routine. I really love doing twists. I feel like it's an easy way to start your transitioning because it kind of gives you the curl pattern that you don't yet have. But it also moisturizes your hair and keeps it very conditioned overnight. And it's easy to do in the morning as well, and you don't have to do too much work. But yeah, so those are my 7 tips and tricks for starting your natural hair journey. So I hope you guys love this video, and if you do, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Make sure to share it with all your natural friends, and make sure to share it with anybody you know, just to learn something new. And also comment down below any suggestions that you have or just what you thought about the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.